Hello everyone and welcome back to Georgia Paper Crafts. This is Amber and today I'm working with Spellbinders Small Die of the Month dies. This set includes 10 dies, as you can see, in 3 different geometrical shapes, some hexagon circles and some triangles. All 3 of the different shapes are stackable, so they can layer on each other to create a dimensional effect. I'm going to make a card with each one of the different shapes. I'm starting here with the, I guess you call it a triangle, upside down triangle, pennant, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm just going to use 2 of the dies as I did not want to do 4 of them. So I took 2 of the dies and I'm starting to cut them out in rainbow color using 2 of the dies. So here you see I'm doing the red, then I'm going to do orange, and so on and so on. To the side, to my left here, you can see that I have already cut out small pieces of colored paper, scrap pieces of colored paper. I did wind up having to cut out more colors just to help fill it in, but I don't show all of that, and I don't show all of the die cutting, as I think that's pretty redundant. So as you can see, I'm just using my small little die cutting machine here, my sidekick, and just doing this real quickly on my desk. So I did that with all of the triangles, and here I've already pre-cut the hexagon shapes. And what I'm showing you is that I'm going to start layering them together. I did cut 3 of each, and one just with a green, dark green background, then kind of a bluish green middle, and then a silver glitter cardstock for the top. I am trying to glue it together using the glue sponge that came in my Simon Says Stamp card kit last month, just trying to use this and see how I like it. You do have to turn it upside down to get the glue to kind of come to the top, and as you can see, it's pretty messy and it gets everywhere. It is very sticky. Once I pretty much got it stuck down, it was there. So I'm not sure if I like it yet. I haven't determined yet. Like I say, I kind of got it everywhere, so I'm not sure. I'm going to keep working with it and see if I maybe find if I truly like it or don't. But anyway, so moving on, here are the circle shapes that I cut out, and as I told you, I'm layering them together. One's a different colors of blues. The top blue is tonic blue shimmer cardstock that I used, and I'm just gluing them all together. I did a total of 4 there. I won't be using 4 in the cards. Alright, so here is the first card that I'm going to work on. And I'm showing here the art glitter glue. So I just bought this because one of my viewers recommended it and I wanted to try it. And I've heard a lot of good things about it. I put this nozzle on it and it came out heavy. So I'm gluing it together, and what I realized was it was very heavy on the paper. It almost warped the paper. I mean, you can't really see it in the video, but it definitely felt a little warped on the card, and I didn't like that. I felt like some of my other glues were a little bit lighter. However, it might have been how much I applied also, so I'll keep working with that, kind of like I said with the glue sponge, just to kind of see what I like and see if you know, I have a different opinion after using them and trying them out. So I glued that down. I attached it to this rainbow paper is from Lawn Fawn, and I just cut that down to size to go on each side, just trimming each side because I didn't do a very good job with my scissors. And now I'm going to lay out the shapes that I had cut out. I put them together, so there's a red and a red, and then an orange and an orange, and then a yellow and a green, and as you can see, they're double layered there. So I'm just kind of putting them out, and then I decided, well, I don't want to mess with gluing them again, so I'm going to run them through my small little Xyron sticker maker and get some of the stickiness on the back so that I don't have to put glue on it. It ran out there, so you'll see I'm going to change it out. Yep, and then keep going. The thing about using the Xyron sticker maker, I do like it. However, you do kind of have to use your bone folder or another, you know, something to kind of smush it into the backing and make sure that everything is covered, because otherwise you get a lot of little sticky pieces, and the stickiness, you see it on there. You'll kind of see as I pull it up how you can still see some of that tacky sticky stuff on there, and I'm kind of like getting rid of it with my pick there. That kind of bugged me. It always seems to happen to me. Probably because I'm not very thorough with pushing it down using my bone folder. I think I am, but I guess I'm not. But that's the only thing about using the Xyron sticker maker that kind of bugs me. But I still think it has so much benefit just because it's so easy. It puts all that stickiness on the back, and you don't see it, so it makes it very easy. It's definitely good for vellum because you can't see the adhesive on the back. So this is an adhesive that you could add to vellum and you would never tell, which makes it perfect for adhering vellum. Alright, so moving on, still getting these all off the sticker maker sheet there, and just kind of making sure all of the stickiness is not visible anymore, and I'm just kind of lining them all up. Once I like that, I go ahead and push it down into place. Previously, I just kind of set it there just to see how I liked it, but now I did, so I pushed it a little bit harder into place. Now I'm going to take the Simon Says Stamp Big Thanks die. This die comes with the shadow and then the word, and I just cut that out of some of the same cardstock that I used for the shapes. And I'm going to go ahead and get this glued together. Here, I have so many glues, you can tell I use a bunch of different ones. This is a Gina K Connect glue, and I'm just trying this one out too. It's not bad. I think this one works pretty well. I have good control over it, and it doesn't get too heavy, so I think it works really well. So I'm going ahead and layering it there, and I'm going to look for a sentiment to go with that from the set. This is again from the Simon Says Stamp Big Thanks die and stamp set. Picked one out. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that with my VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and it says, for making my day brighter, so it's going to say thanks for making my day brighter. Initially I thought I would pop this up on foam adhesive, and then I was like, oh gosh, it's not very easy. You have to be cut, you know, small, and I'll be honest, I was lazy and didn't want to do that, so I just decided to glue it. Went back to my Gina K Connect glue. I'm just going to put some on the back and go ahead and stick that down. Essentially, that makes this card done. I do wind up putting some embellishments on at the end, and you'll see that. Alright, so moving on to my next card with the, this is the one with the circle dies. Just taking some of that blue paper that you actually saw me use several times in the first card. And I'm kind of figuring out, you know, I had these two pieces left over, and I'm trying to think, what do I want to do with this? Initially I thought I'd put both of them on there, maybe put a stripe of metallic down the middle or something to change it, but then I decided I would use some of this tape that I got from, I got it from Hobby Lobby. And you might have seen me use it in my other videos. I just realized that it has adhesive on it. Yeah, I had glued it previously. I still think that it could have been glued or adhered down using a adhesive runner, because even though it does have adhesive on the back, it seems to pull up a little bit, and you might actually be able to see that in the finished product. It's pulling up just a touch, so I think if I put this down again, I will use some maybe tape runner to put it down first so that it stays adhered. So I'm going to put some on that side, and then eventually I'm going to decide to put another stripe down the other side. However, I'm just trying to decide my placement of my 4 circles. Let's see here, I'm going to go ahead and get that adhered. I think these tapes that you can get at your local craft store are really nice and cheap, and they add quite a bit to your cards. Easy to adhere. I have a bunch in a bunch of different colors. I actually think this one came in a Christmas pack that I just bought, because guess what? Hobby Lobby already has their Christmas stuff out. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Anyway, all right, so I decide here I am just going to use 3 of them. So I'm just picking the 3 that I like, and I decide I'm just going to go ahead and put that like that. I have not adhered them yet, but I'm going to go ahead and use the same thanks die. I actually use the same thanks die for all 3 cards. The big thanks die from Simon Says Stamp. Again, cut this out using some cardstock, same color cardstock that I use for the circles. This is the shadow and the die, the word die, just adhering them together. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of my dies and go ahead and adhere them down. I do like this glue for putting it on this kind of stuff. Here I'm going to decide where I want the thanks to go. I wasn't sure if I wanted to cover up one of the dies, if I wanted to go below it. So I'm just trying to think how exactly I wanted to do it. And I did decide to go ahead and adhere it on the middle there. And yeah, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and put some adhesive on this, some dimensional adhesive, and just because I thought it needed a little bit more dimension, because the 3-layered circle die cuts also have dimension there. And initially I just put it on the area because I thought I'd be able to just glue the TH part down, because I thought it would go over the circle, but it actually wasn't high enough. So I did wind up going back and adding some additional dimensional adhesives to that. And you'll see that in just a minute. Yeah, see here, I'm starting to glue it because I think I'm just going to be able to glue it down on that one area. Sorry, that's my dog if you hear him. Hear her. She's kind of whining to me. Anyway, so I start to put it down, and I know it's hard to see in the video, but it didn't sit right. I didn't like it. I popped it up, and of course half of them came off. So yeah, I'm going back to putting some other ones on there. Fiddling around. I guess this is why I kind of don't like doing a lot of dimensional adhesive on die cuts like this, because it's kind of hard to get a lot of small ones in there. I guess I could have cut it from some fun foam and attached it on the back. That probably would have been a lot better. Maybe next time I'll think of that when I'm doing it, so I make that easier on myself. Alright, so I got all that down. I'm not sure if that's a little crooked or not, but I decided to go with that. Okay, now moving on to my last card. I'm doing these setup very similar to how my other two cards were. I'm taking a piece of this green cardstock and I'm just centering it in this glittery silver cardstock that I had cut down just to be a little bit bigger on each side. This was just a scrap piece that I had, so I just kind of cut it down. I don't have exact measurements for you on any of this, as I never remember to write those down so that I have them for you, and I apologize. But I'm going ahead here and putting it on the card to kind of look at how I want to lay it out, and taking my 4 die cuts there that I had adhered together, and a little adhesive on the back, and I'm going to go ahead and get that lined up and put on the card base. Again, these card bases are just pre-made card bases that either I had bought at the store or I had made using some cardstock from my stash, white cardstock. They're all A2 size. Here I'm just kind of putting it out in a little bit of a pattern. Again, I'm deciding to use a different glue. I'm just kind of testing all of them, see which one I really like. I'm using my collage medium here and my fine tip applicator. I always like that one, except for my collage medium glue is running out a little bit, so I'm having to push a little bit hard when I do use it. But I believe it does give a very good hold. I really like these colors together. I think they turned out really well. I like the green and the bluish green and then the silver on top of it. It's kind of very stunning. These dies are such a great value. They're $12.50. You can get the small die of the month subscription for $12.50 a month. So I got 10 dies for $12.50, which is a great value. Every month is different. You get different dies. I'll actually have some other die of the month set to show you coming up. I just now started getting Spellbinders Kit of the Month and the small die of the month. I have not ventured into the large die of the month yet, but I wouldn't doubt if I do here soon. When you bundle all of those, get all of them together, you actually get a discount. And I think you can get the large die of the month and the small die of the month and the card kit for $55 a month, which is great value. Because the card kit's $35. The small is $25. I can't remember how much the large die of the month is, but like I say, it's a great value. So I don't know, I might have to just go ahead and do that and get it over with, because you know eventually it'll happen. Alright, so here you see I thought I'd a little bit more glue on that. I went ahead and ran my die cut thanks through the Xyron sticker maker, trying to get all the edges real good here so that all that adhesive is not sticking up. Turned out fairly well. Just going to center that. Very nice. I thought that turned out really well. Initially I was thinking I'd put a sentiment below it, but I thought I'd just stick with the thanks. Now here I'm going to go ahead and add some embellishments. So this first one, I'm going to add some blue clear gems. I guess they're clear droplets. I believe they're from Pretty Pink Posh. Love this color. Add a few there. I'm also going to use my Nouveau glitter pen here, clear glitter clear glitter pen, boy, it's hard to say, and just go over the word thanks. And I do this for all of the die cut thanks. I know you can't really see it in the video here. It does add a little bit of a shimmer. I'm going to pull out some Studio Katia rainbow confetti. And this is my first time using this, so I'm trying to decide kind of which way it goes. It goes down, up, you know, because it has like kind of a lip that sits up, or it goes down where it's a little bit more flat. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but here I'm trying to get this stuck down, and when I realized it wasn't really adhering real well, so it might have been better if I would have flipped it over. And so the next one I go to, I'm kind of thinking I should do that, and that's what I did. And I kind of did that with the next couple of them. I'm not sure it matters. You can do whatever you choose, whatever you like. Thought these were cute. And since that was already stuck down, I didn't try to pull it up and flip it over. Just kind of left it. Go ahead and go over that with my glitter pen, my Nuvo glitter shimmer pen. Did I say that right? Glitter shimmer glitter pen. All right, now on to the last one. I'm going to pull out some Studio Katia blue gems. These are dark blue, almost sapphire looking colored gems, rhinestones. They are gorgeous. I just got them and I forgot the name. I'll put them below. But I'm going to go ahead and add here a couple of them to the card. All three of these cards were essentially similar designs and very similar in their layout, but I think the simplicity of it makes for some really lovely thank you cards. I appreciate you joining me today for me making these 3 cards using the June Spellbinders Small Die of the Month die. I hope you'll give it a try one day. Here are some close-up pictures of my cards. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, I hope you do, so that you can come back and watch a few more videos. I'm hoping to bring a lot more to you coming in the future. Thank you again for joining me, and we'll see you next time.